right, welcome back, OxFit podcast.
Episode. Oh, God. Welcome to the programming. Let's talk about winter.
Winter's here.
Winter programming.
It's chilly out.
Wow, winter programming.
It's been fun. We've had a busy time creating the start to this cycle. It's been fun.
Yeah, we did all the workouts in about 3 days to test them all out, and it's gonna be fun.
We've got a good mix of some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, a ton of powerlifting. We're going to build up some strength, and then we have some pretty creative endurance workouts that are really fun to test.
Yeah, so I mean, the main focus is like building a base for 2024, right? So that's what we were focusing on. So what we've got 5 reps on the back squat, bench press, and deadlift, which will help us as we lead into January, February, and March, when we start thinking about powerlifting and the lift off. So like the way that I like to think about it is, if you're trying to build a strong house, whatever, I like to think of it like a pyramid. So in order to build the highest pyramid, you have to build the biggest base. So like we want to peak sometime in the middle of next year, right, for summer. So to do that, we've got to build a massive base, and that starts now. So we're starting with like a 5 rep focus, which for us a lot of the times it's usually like building to a 1 rep max of different things, right? So to start with a 5 rep on baseline is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then as we get into January, February, and March, we can go to a 1 rep as we build towards that lift off.
I think I would much prefer to see a PR on a 5 rep than a 1 rep max, I think. I feel like 1 reps, it really just depends on the day and like the environment, but 5 reps.
A lot of people don't like 1 rep maxing, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know when I've really gone for a true 1 rep max in the last 5 years, you know? The best place to do it is at like a lift off or something like that, because you've got just more adrenaline and more, I don't know, it seems like you're just more ready for it. But on a random Tuesday at 5 a.m. to 1 rep max, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to
really
wrap your brain around. And the way we used to do it, we would just have the first day of baseline week and retest week would be all of your 1 reps that day when you're fresh.
Yep.
But I really like how we've got it set up now, where we are just kind of pairing off the movement with a different day. So like Monday we'll do the 5 rep for the deadlift, and then later on in the week we'll do the bench and the back squat, kind of spread it out.
What does the week start off with?
5 rep max deadlift, and then we've got our ball to the wall sit-up workout.
Yeah, that's a great workout. And I like how it's the first time we got multiple workouts, I think, where there's 2 scores. So you have a score for getting to 100 med ball sit-ups, and then max reps.
Total reps. Yeah. Because I like that, because I think I like having a workout for time. It's just hard with class, because I don't want people ever be feeling like they're working alone.
Or some people might scale it wrong and just absolutely crush it, and then it's supposed to be a 20-minute workout. Right. So here you can't do that.
The best of both worlds. You can blast through 100 sit-ups and get the fastest time, but you still have your second score, so you got to keep going. You can't just stop.
And it depends on what you're working on, right? If you're wanting to work on endurance, you can be like, well, I'm not really going to worry about when I get 100. I'm just going to pace it to get the most reps. Or if I am trying to get faster at things and I want to sprint more, I can go as hard as I can for 100 and see if I can hold on after that. But it's a good way to set up the week. And to have max med ball setups as a test, I don't think we've ever had that as something to retest. So it's going to be cool to see what that does to our program that 6 weeks, you know, and like how that core focus affects everything else.
Yeah, because it's not like toes to bar where your hands are hurting your grip. It's just, you either do it or you don't.
Well, I got to be honest, I got destroyed by that workout. So I didn't really even get to the med ball sit-ups that often.
Oh, yeah, you didn't.
No, I think I did 48. So I want to have a score for either. So it was rough for me. That I can't wait to retest it, but yeah, and I'm very glad I didn't do 100 sit-ups because my core was actually really sore. So that was a tough one. That was a fun one to retest. Then what do we get into on Tuesday? We get into some skill.
Tuesday is a good one. We have our beep test.
Oh, nice.
So we'll do our 5 rep max bench, and then we got some strict chin-ups and push-ups.
People who've been around with us have done a lot of beep test style workouts, like we like death by burpees, death by 10 meters. I like them things. They're like a true fitness test.
Yeah.
They take me back to like high school.
Like PE.
Just, see if you can beat your friends kind of thing. And then this one chin up and then 2 push-ups, all 1 ring row and 2 block dips. And then you add a rep every minute to the chin up or ring row, and then you add 2 reps to the push up or block dip. And it's, we had very different experiences. Like the first one, you got to what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, so I tried it strict, doing the chin ups and the push ups, but that is not my strongest movement, so I didn't get very far.
And then the cool thing is you can then tap out to keep going if you want on the ring rows and block dips. And then for people who are pretty good at chin-ups and push-ups, it's a pretty easy workout for the first like 7 minutes. And then 8, 9, and 10, and I would love to get to 10 minutes on that, is just like all out. You've got to,
because you're pretty much working the whole minute. If you go unbroken, it takes a minute to do all of the reps. So if you break it at all, you're already running out of time.
Yeah. And then let's see, right? Like, what if we can in 6 weeks get way over 10 reps? That would be cool. So that's a cool one it's a fun way to do the gymnastic stuff rather than it just be
how many can you do?
It's how many can you do in this time repeatedly. And there's a massive amount of reps towards the end.
Yeah, I think it would be, if you get to 10, that's like 55 chin-ups and probably over 100 push-ups.
Yeah, you're up high. Yeah, you're up at a lot of reps. It's just cool how fast it gets. Like it starts off 1 pull-up, 2 push-ups.
And it's funny to see, I mean, I do the same thing. The clock starts and you have a whole minute to just do 1 chin-up and 2 push-ups.
Everyone's racing.
And I'm like sprinting to get it done. And then I stand up and I'm like, whew. Okay, 55 seconds.
55 seconds to go, And I go really slow and then start to speed up. But people are racing. Don't race out the gate.
No reason. Yeah, and then after you just wear your arms out, we have some good cardio on Wednesday.
I like how we split up the week. And then it's just a straight cardio day.
Oh, yeah.
And we've taken everything from DECA and put it in just a longer workout. What's the total time?
It's going to be it's like a 50-minute workout.
But 24 minutes of work, really, right?
Yeah. You get a lot of rest. Yep. You pretty much rest 1-to-1, 6 minutes of work, 6 minutes of rest.
And they're almost 6 minutes of all out, right? Because it's kind of very close to a 2K row, very close to a 2K ski, and then 70, 80 calories on the bike probably, and then the sled push and pull to finish. And we did the sled push and pull on Saturday. We tested it, and it was close to 20.
Okay.
So I got 19, other people like 22, 23. My quads were just destroyed, so I didn't really fare too well on the pulls. But we've taken all them cardio elements of DECA and thrown them into a 24-minute beast of a workout.
And I like that we took the time to test it, because you could just say 6 minutes, just do what you can. But since we've done it, I think we can really put together some targets right? That we know that, for L3, this is what you should be aiming for. Yeah. So you're not just sitting on the rower for 6 minutes. You actually like trying to get to a certain number.
Yes. Yeah. And same for even the sled push. We've got a target for you to aim for. And then when we retest it, your goal is to beat that target. And it gives us that calorie range that then throughout the next few weeks, we can set workouts that you're in that same range and you're doing intervals of that repeatedly, that we get better at that.
Yeah. And
so then when we do DECA
yeah.
in November, you will absolutely crush it. And it will be the 500 meter row and a 500 meter ski.
Nothing.
Will be, just a walk in the park. Because the sled push and pull, for everyone that's done DECA, is going to be one of the hardest bits.
You think so?
So to throw that in with all that cardio, I think is a good way to test it. For me, it was. It just is like a big time suck.
It is. And I think one thing I'm going to do differently when I do DECA again is not let that be my rest. Because like the whole workout, I was like, oh, well, finally this sled, I can like slow down a little bit. But no, you gotta.
If you're good at
if
that,
you
should be
want,
pushing
if you want to improve your time, you need to be pushing just as hard on that as you are everything else.
Yeah, you can make up a ton of time on that.
Yeah, because a lot of people will just kind of put their head down and use it as a little bit of a break, like I did. Yeah. Ooh, we got a good one on Thursday.
This is your specialty, named after Savannah, the quad queen.
Yep.
And it's just a ton of wall balls with lunges, and then burpees basically break it up.
Yeah, just give you a little reprieve.
Yeah.
48 wall balls at a time.
It's a good test.
A big set.
Yeah.
It was fun to do that.
Yeah, I think our goal is for people to be around 150 to 200 wall balls, right? So like 3 to 4 rounds. Is like a good target there. And it's just a fun way to test and build that leg endurance rather than just like a single modality. How fast can you do these wall balls wouldn't be as fun as like mixing it in with them reverse lunges, which that is the start of DECA, right? When we do the DECA event, the start is just legs. Yeah. You lunge and then you row and then you get to the box step overs, and it's like, your legs are on fire to start off that first 3, and I feel like that is the DECA sprint start there. Yeah, it's a good way to train yourself to get used to just those back-to-back movements, because normally in workouts we purposefully don't write it that way because we want to give you a break. Right. So to have a workout where on purpose you're going from a squat to basically another squat, it's a good way to get ready for that. It's like you said, that combination, you don't really see it, right? Like we would be like thruster and then maybe a pull-up, or like, and it would alternate upper lower body. Whereas that, like today, I just did a workout before we came in here, and it was thrusters into step overs, and step overs are usually pretty easy. Especially I think I was doing a 20-inch box, and after 20 lunges, it was a game changer. So it's going to be fun to just back squat 5 rep max and then get into quad queen. Yeah. That's a good test. Your legs will be feeling good after that. Yeah. For sure. So already this week, you've got a lot of hinging, and then we had something different with the sit-ups. Then you've gone into Tuesday, which was the bench press, some skills, and then the gymnastic beep test. 2 very different workouts. Then a long cardio workout, and then Thursday just straight back squat and legs. And so Friday was the one that we tested last. Yes. And that was, the way I think people will feel coming to the end of that week is probably similar to how we felt when we tested it, although we did everything pretty condensed. Yeah, everything's pretty fatigued, right? But this workout is basically a grip strength workout. Yep. It's just how long can you hang on? When we talk about setting up a base for the year, getting better at this grip strength stuff, I think is one thing that will just accelerate everybody as athletes and in life, right? Like they say, into old age, a good determinant of your health is your grip strength. And like some 80-year-old people still lift weights and still do all this stuff, and they've got great grip strength, whereas some people don't do anything. They sit around all day, and then a big determinant factor is you can just test their grip strength and be like, how in shape, how much longer are they going to live? Yeah. Things like that, so. That's funny. I do remember my great-granddad had one of those exercise, the squeezy things. Okay. It looked like a pair of pliers, but
it literally was just
like a
squeezing.
clip, like a barbell clip.
And and all he would do is sit there and go like that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard.
I don't think that's the best way to get there.
Instead of exercising, just
so that's our Friday workout.
Max.
We have little clips for you. And
or like tennis balls. Oh man, I feel like that's
stress
something.
Balls. Do you ever have a stress ball?
No.
You've never had a stress ball?
I mean, I've used one.
I'm gonna get you one.
I think I would destroy it.
Yeah. See how long it lasts.
You just hear it squeaking
Just
in the office.
popped.
You're trying to work, and it's just
like, damn it, gone through 50 stress balls this week. But this one's Fury Road, which is a great name.
You love that name.
I think it's a great name.
It is a good name.
Because it's how it feels.
Yeah.
You are the whole workout is, can you carry these damn farmers carry dumbbells as fast as possible?
I wanted to give up in that workout, but I'm so glad everyone was there, because I don't think I could have done that, hung on for 6 rounds. That's
why this week, to me, I think we've done such a good job of programming it, because there's 8? How many of us was training? 8?
Mm-hmm.
And in every workout, somebody different finished first. Somebody different finished last.
Yeah.
So that's how you know we've got a true test of like every element of fitness. Mm-hmm. We went to the track and I think I got lapped. You know what I mean? Like the Fury Road, I was leading every round. And then Quad Queen, you were leading. Mm-hmm. And then the gymnastic one, I think Cash was leading. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was.
Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. It's not just, the person you might see winning every class.
Right, and that's why we put so much time into it, right? Because we want to give we want to create a balanced athlete. And I think you can go to a lot of places where they have a real cardio focus. You go some places where they have a real powerlifting and, strength focus. Whereas I think when you look at this week, the amount of time we've put into it was worth it for what kind of balance test we've got. Like, you are going to get better. You're going to build a base strength. You're going to build a base endurance. And you're going to build a base gymnastic fitness in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I love that we're doing that for our members, that they're not even going to have to think about it. Like, they saw all the cool shit we did this year. Just show up for the next 3 months, and next year you'll be ready for anything you want to
whatever do. You want to take on. You want to go run a 10K, you want to go do a powerlifting competition, you want to do DECA, you want to do a CrossFit competition, whatever it is, that's what we're building this program towards over the next 8 weeks. And it's why we do spend so much time moving these workouts around. I think, did we test like 3 different versions of some of these workouts? So. Yeah,
because it's not just for members. Like, we do this too. We want to get a good base. We want to, do all these workouts as well. So, I think it was fun to get to spend so much time working on it. And then Saturday, going out to the track, which I don't think we've been able to do that with the members yet, and we've been wanting to.
Yeah, it's nice. Like, I think winter season, which here means fall, right? Because it's the winter in Georgia doesn't really hit till February and March for some reason. So it'll be nice be able to get out, go to the track, and just do something different, right? And also it'd be cool, I think, to get both gyms together and train at the track together and just have fun, get outside. And I like the track because it gives us a workout where you can see your lap, right? Like, you got to get back to that spot, and then it's a 30-minute AMRAP, which I think is perfect with just 3 different targets. So if you can get 8 rounds of this workout, I think it's going to feel like you just did a 10K because of the weight of the dumbbell and because of the different movements. You're not just running, So you're raising your heart rate, and then you have to run. Then you're raising your heart rate again. And I think it's going to feel like you just did a 10K in 30 minutes, which is a wild thought. And then we've got like 6 rounds, level 2, and then 4 rounds for level 1. And I think that's going to feel like a 5K, even though, you know, the distance-wise on the track, you're not covering 5K. But in terms of intensity and how much power output you have to give to move that dumbbell, jump, and then try and run again, we can go do any kind of running event after that and feel fine.
Yeah, absolutely. It I mean, I liked it way more than just going out on a run. So if I can get the same stimulus as a 10K and not have to actually just strike out and run a 10K.
Exactly. Yeah. So like we're building, you know, fit, ripped, and strong again. And you can see it throughout this week. And that's what, you know, I think we're all aiming for next year, right?
Absolutely. Always aiming for it. Strong, fit, ripped.
Yeah. So how do you think last cycle's gone?
I think it's been good.
Yeah.
I think it's been heavy on the fit.
Cool.
People have really been testing their endurance, which is cool because we're not starting from like ground zero with this cycle. Because normally when we start a new cycle, it's a complete change. Yeah. But this is going to be a little bit of a continuation of what we've already been doing. So I think people are going to just really take it to the next level.
And well, I think as well with the way that we've adapted the workouts over the last couple of cycles, like how we've adapted the workouts this year, there's always going to be some form of continuation now, rather than it be a shift, right? Even from spring to summer or summer to fall, it felt like there was a bit of continuation there on some of them things, like, which is good because you can then retest some things even in the middle of cycles sometimes, right? And it's not like you're like, well, we haven't done that, because we're always lifting, we're always, you know, hitting that cardio base, and then we're always doing some functional bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. I think really the biggest difference was just, and I don't know if anyone's realized it, but we've just been working so much longer. Whereas in the summer cycle, we were probably resting. Work to rest was like 1-to-1. Right. Now it's like 3-to-1.
3-to-1. I noticed that today.
Yeah.
When I just did that workout, that was, I'm not quite ready for that intensity level yet, you know, because I had that month off. So I could feel that I need to build my base up a little bit better. And like I was finding some of the workouts we did last week because there was a little bit more rest and I could recover like 6 minutes on, 6 minutes off. You're ready again to go. But like you said, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. You're still
basically just
bent over. Yeah. If anything, it ups the intensity of the next 3 minutes rather than gives you a rest, right? It doesn't really, you're not really recovered, but your breathing's a little better, so you can just go harder again. Yeah. I always said some workouts with 1 minute off in between rounds are harder than if it was an AMRAP, because an AMRAP you would just find a pace. Whereas that minute off means you're back on that same intensity again. So.
And I think I've noticed that athletes recognize that too. If people come in and if they see the workout has built-in rest, they used to be like, oh yeah, rest. And now they're like, oh no, there's built-in rest, which means Savannah's going to make us go so hard.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. What else are you excited about?
I always love the winter because marathons come around. I think it's just a lot of just fun group events.
Yeah.
I know Chicago Marathon is going to be the weekend after we test all these workouts.
Okay.
So if people are running that, they might have to check out some of these on their way back. I would not recommend doing Quad Queen the Thursday before you run a marathon.
Marathon's Sunday, so you should be
recover on the plane ride.
Yeah.
So that would be super cool. And then I'll be running New York the first weekend of November.
Okay.
So this is going to help me get ready for that.
Then when you get back, we'll have the Deca Mile.
Deca Mile?
And if that's just a mile, after running 26, you'll be no problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Cool. Then we've got OxFit athlete training for next year. So if you're interested in some extra training, We train 1:30 till 3:30, and we've got some cool events we're trying to build towards. And we basically do the class workouts every day, but then we just have that little bit extra strength and skill that you might want to get better at. So hit us up.
Absolutely. We have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Baseline week.
I'm ready.
Winter training cycle.
Winter's here.
Let's build a big base for next year.
And
then we're ready to take on whatever 2024 has to throw at us. And I think 2024 is just going to be a peaceful year with a lot of fun events. That's my Mystic Ants prediction for 2024.
Peaceful year.
It's going to be a peaceful year. There's nothing wild coming up like an election or anything. Or
peaceful.
It's just going to be a relaxing.
We're just going to manifest.
Joyful. What's it called when like people come together?
People coming together.
Yeah.
Unifying
2024 is just going to be a unifying year, I think.
Okay.
So that's
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Remember this episode. We'll bring it back. We'll look it back up. November. No, wait. When's it coming out?
October.
October.
First week of October.
October 2024. You're welcome.
Yep.
Remember, Ant said, big year. Let's go.